is the Fade 5 Podcast with Brad Evans and Nate Lundy.
Place your bets at Jack Wagons. Big noise, Evans, joined by the good Nathaniel Lundy. It is indeed the NFL Week 3 edition of the Fade 5. Let's not waste a second of time, mi amigo. We already got tickets in hand, and we're about to hitch a ride on the old Hong Kong Plus Bus. Plus, what our odds are greater is a requirement. Whether in college football, maybe in the NFL action this coming weekend, maybe you're still a sicko and looking to make a bet on the diamond. All I require is plus money, so serve me up, mi amigo.
Let's have some fun, Brad, shall we? The standard line on this guy is at 50 yards, and yes, I know, America, I know. So far, Tennessee has only allowed a total of 77 yards to the tight end position, but they haven't seen Mr. Warren yet. Yes. Tyler Warren, we are going to escalate this one. We are going to ride the ladder with Tyler Warren. His standard line is in the upper 40s, okay? You can take him for 50 plus, and you're probably looking at about minus 110. But look at that tasty little morsel that DraftKings has dropped on our plate as we prepare for a feast on Sunday. 60 or more receiving yards for the rookie tight end with the Indianapolis Colts is a smooth plus 139. Again, I understand that Tennessee has only given up 77 yards to the tight end position, but let's remember that in week 1, that was here in Denver against the Broncos. Evan Ingram, they're still trying to work him in. He's hurt. He's not hurt. I don't know what the hell's going on with Evan Ingram. But big surprise that he's hurt, considering that that's his history. So I don't think that the fact that they've only given up 77 is the number to pay attention to. I think what you do is you pay attention to the way that Tyler Warren has performed so far. Daniel Jones loves him some Ty Warren. And so let's play the ladder game. 60 or more receiving yards at a tasty plus 139. Grab it at DraftKings.
Climb high, my friend. Loving that bet quite a bit. There's a little bias baked through in this one, but I don't give a crap. It's my stinking podcast. The ILL on the money line on the road in Bloomington, Indiana, taking on the Hoosiers. And normally, we're all talking about this on the hardwood. It's strange that this has so much meaning on a national level on the collegiate gridiron, especially for Indiana, really for Illinois too. We're good every once a decade. But this a massive matchup. Indiana, number 19 in the country, my ILL at number 9 nationally. I'll just take Illinois on the money line. What is so striking and quite downright disrespectful, Lundy, is the steam action we've seen on this line. It opened as Illinois is 3-point dogs, and right now at tape time, they're catching 6.5. Everybody is betting on the Indiana Hoosiers, and I'm like, who they play, bro? Your best opponent was Old Dominion, and you struggled the first half against them. You ended up walking away with the win by 13, 27-14, but you trounced a couple of FCS teams. The other games at Indiana State, you hung 73. Oh, bravo. Against the Fighting Larry Birds. Way to go. That's why you were top 10 in offensive efficiency, top 10 in defensive efficiency as well. They're at Pro Football Focus, but you look at the Football Power Index at ESPN, a little bit tighter. And that is, what it really should be. Is Indiana's number 16 in that category, Illinois number 23 in the country. Illinois also 14 offensive efficiency, 27 in defense efficiency. But remember, they won at Duke in resounding and convincing fashion with a stellar second half, 45 points hung on them, and only gave up 19. I think Illinois is a roof barking dog, baby. And if they win, oh, Mas Tequila, it's going to be flowing in celebration of Casa de Evans under the prime time lights on Saturday. Don't sleep on my line. I go orange and blue, plus 180 at FanDuel to win straight up against the Indiana Hoosiers again with college football playoff implications. Lundy, you're shaking me off saying no chance in hell, right?
No, it's not that I'm saying no chance in hell. I'm shaking it off at the immense amount of bias that is baked into this. I mean, hopefully some folks, as soon as they saw this pop up on the screen, just went ahead and took that scroll bar at the bottom of YouTube and moved on to the next pick. Let's do it. Let's get to it.
Yeah, well, let's do it for the bulge of Jeff George, which you can see just over my left shoulder here on the screen. Yeah, that's a starting lineup, and he's accentuated in all the right places, which means only one thing. We're aroused because we're about to count down the Fade 5. Let's get after it.
Number 5.
All right, numero cinco here on the countdown. And then this one immediately caught my eye because of the disparity in price available right now at the various sports books and on the line as well. You look at DraftKings on Josh Jacobs. It is set at 78.5 rush yards against the Cleveland Browns. However, if you go to ESPN Bet, if you go to BetMGM, it is 5 yards lower. So if you're catching the spot early and that number is still approaching 80 at DK, take advantage on the under on that 78.5 rush yards at a -115. Again, available at DraftKings Sportsbook. This number is way too stinking high. Why? You look at the opponent. The Cleveland Browns have been spectacular in the trenches, really tightening up in that capacity. The number 8 on the young year and rush EPA defense, only giving up 2.09 yards per carry. And it's not like they're facing a bunch of craptastic running backs. They shut down Derrick Henry last week, and my guy, Chase Brown, I kind of got down. He did find the end zone in week 1, but on 21 carries, had a sub 50-yard game. They're only giving up 2.09 yards per carry to opposing plowshares. Jacobs has done the over once this season on this prop and hit the under in the other. I think it's going to be more of the latter than the former. Somewhere around probably 17, 18 carries, 65 to 70 yards. I don't think he gets anywhere close to 79 needed for me to shedding a tear in my beer. So Josh Jacobs living and laying down under 78.5 rush yards against the Browns on the road, -114 at DraftKings. Numero cinco on the countdown. Lundy, better follow.
Hey, speaking of dragging the bar on the YouTube scroll, somebody rewind right there and tell me whether Brad said shedding a tear or shitting a tear.
Shedding,
because it sounded like shitting a tear.
Maybe.
Which was just kind of weird. I mean, I don't know why you're. I don't know why
I'm
you're.
gonna see a doctor if that is happening to you right now.
You may want to see a doctor about that, Brad. If you've got some unexpected liquid coming out. Anyway, hey, this number is way too freaking high, folks. I don't think he comes anywhere. I don't even think he gets within sniffing distance of 70. Let alone pushing himself up until 80. Cleveland might be a hot mess in a lot of ways, but their defensive front is not where they're having a problem right now. Josh Jacobs is in trouble.
Josh Jacobs, he might shed a few tacklers, but he's going to take a shit in the box score on rush yards.
Number 4.
Numero cuatro here on the Fade 5 countdown. Let's get some plus money on the board. Yes, CeeDee Lamb. He is not going to be turned into chops against my Chicago Bears, who are absolute disaster defensively right now. Again, I've jokingly said this all week on BetMGM tonight. First to 60 points, I think is going to win the game. And that's only a half-ass joke because there's going to be no defense played at all. It's highly optional for both of these squads. But zeroing in on CeeDee Lamb, give me him. 90-plus receiving yards against that disastrous Bears secondary. +124. Are you kidding me? I'll roll the shoulders because I got seduced by that juice there at DraftKings Sportsbook. CeeDee Lamb is off to a white-hot start to begin the NFL season. You look at what he's already done. A 13 targets, 7 catch, 110-yard game, following up 11 targets, 9 grabs for a $112. And those were against stiffer opponents, not the Berenstein or what Lundy likes to call them, the gummy bears. So they're quite flavorful, packing some sweetness for any of the options that you are stacking greenbacks against them on. And CeeDee Lamb is certainly one of those guys. The Bears, number 30 in dropback EPA defense through a couple of weeks. They've allowed the 5th most air yards of any team entering the week, the 9th most wide receiver yards as well. And if he gets any piece of Tyreek Stevenson. Remember, CeeDee Lamb splits time outside and in the slot. He's lined up in the slot around 29% of the time. If he gets some Tyreek Stevenson, who's going to be largely outside, my God, is he going to cook him? He is going to feast and eat him alive. Why? Stevenson, through 2 games, has allowed a perfect passer rating, 158.3 to his assignments. You throw in the fact, too, that CeeDee Lamb seeing 28.2% of the team target share. He's number 2 in total air yards among all qualifying wide receivers, number 11 in YAC, and number 10 in yards per route run. Do you need any more evidence? Hells to the no, you don't. Shine on, you bright and crazy diamond, that being CeeDee Lamb. 90-plus receiving yards against my stupid-ass Bears, plus 124 at DraftKings. Lundy, fade or follow.
Well, I'm just going to keep us moving here on the pod, Brad, because obviously you talked a little bit about this yesterday, telling everybody to jump on it as quickly as they can. Yep. In part, I'll give you an example, folks. This is where Brad grabbed it at plus 124. Right now, it's at plus 116. So it's already trickling its way down. But, oh, Brad, what if we wanted the century mark? What if we wanted 100 yards?
Get greedy, get greedy, get greedy.
Plus 162 at the aforementioned DraftKings. So if you want to ladder it up, again, what we were just talking about with Tyler Warren, if you want to ladder him up, you could take the standard line, then you could grab 90, then you could grab 100. Hell, take him for 200. No, I'm kidding. Don't go that high. But I'm not so sure, Brad, it's not worth maybe like a quarter unit on him to also hit the century mark.
Against my bumbling Bears, CeeDee, yeah, he won't skip.
Number 3.
Numero tres, a lot of youngsters have no idea the meaning of that reference I just gave out. I'm old, and so is Lundy. And this one, though, is on a youngin' that you may or may not be aware of. This one's outstandingly high as well. Numero tres here on the countdown. I'm going to live in the land down under on the former Colorado Buff and the reigning Heisman Trophy winner, Travis Hunter. 18.5 yards on the longest reception at a minus 115 juice there at BetMGM. This is extraordinarily high. I was baffled. The number wasn't around 13.5, maybe 14.5. That seemed more reasonable based on the recency bias, and it is a hell of a drug, and I'm injecting in my veins, and how he's being utilized right now. Travis Hunter is what you call a Billy Raft special, a nickel damer, only really operating in the short field. And I got the evidence to back it up. His longest grab so far this season has only gone for 10 yards, Lundy. And you look at the other advanced analytics, yeah, he's even 7 targets per game, but he's number 64 and average at the target. He is outside as well, the top 65 in total air yards, number 77 with 3.9 yards per target. He's just kind of nibbling on that corn cob. That is it. Unless he breaks it loose, I think it's going to be more of the same. He's averaging 6.1 yards per catch. You look at Houston, who he's going up against. Pitre is a middle-of-the-road defender. The safety works primarily out of the slot, has given up an 85.7% catch rate, but has also only surrendered 11.7 yards per catch. Houston, as a collective, middle of the pack, number 17 in drop back EPA defense. So unless Hunter catches it, sheds a tackler, sprints up the field, and gets a chunk gain, he's not going to hit the over on this, in my estimation. So, again, living in the land down under on Travis Hunter, 18.5 yards on his longest catch at a minus 115 at BetMGM. Numero tres in the countdown. Lundy, fade or follow.
He's not getting this distance. I don't know who would think he was going to get this distance. This is way too high of a number.
Yeah.
I mean, look.
Crazy.
Is he capable of it? Yes, but I still think they haven't quite figured everything out. It's only week 3 of the NFL. He's got so much talent. He really does. He's also a great guy, by the way. But he's got so much talent. I just don't think that they've quite figured it all out yet. Under 18.5, I will ride with you, sir.
All right, what we have figured out is thegamingjuice.com. Go there, you jackals, and sign up for a free account. Lundy is always free, always transparent, always public. Spreadsheet is available there right now. So is mine. You want to check out all my plays, adding tons and tons of action as it surfaces. I'm looking at you, BetMGM. Give me a line on Marcus Mariota rush yards, please, and thank you, as Gene Daniels highly unlikely to play in the matchup this weekend against the Las Vegas Raiders. You can read all of my fantasy football takes throughout the week at quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end. One of my fantasy flames. My top props piece is already posted. My top 5 plays of NFL week 3 in the player props market Also, you can ask me a question. Click Ask Brad. Fire that off. I'll get back to you within 24 hours. And two, we got college plays from Matt Fortuna, Ben Wittenstein, and Nate Jacobson, all in a multi-voice piece. Nicely organized and a ton of bets in there. So get it all at thegamingjuice.com. It's free, you jackwagons. Click, converse, and cash, ... maybe.
Number 2.
All right, numero dos here on the Fave 5 countdown. I'm going to go back to the well until I get poisoned by it. Christian McCaffery, the CMC Football Factory. He's going to make me sweat. Bam, 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 baby. Let the rhythm take control. Make the hands move you. And hopefully they will be moving me in this case. I just made up that last lyric. Christian McCaffery on the over 36.5 receiving yards against the Arizona Cardinals. CMC has been busy as a pass catcher. Now, we don't know at tape time if it's going to be Ain't He So Purdy back under center or the Miggity Mac Daddy and Mac Jones. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. I mean, Elvis Grbac could come out of retirement. I still at least think he's going to get at least probably 40 yards through the air. Week 1, 9 for 73 in receiving. Last week, 6 for 52. He is numero uno in total targets with 17, seeing 24.6% of the team's overall target share. He's running 29.5 routes per game and running around on 75.6% of his snaps. He's averaging a healthy 8.3 yards per catch and also a pretty outstanding 2.12 yards per route run, catching 88.2% of his intended looks. Now, the Arizona Cardinals, they allowed only one guy in 2 games to go over this. That was Chuba Hubbard last week, as he went for 39 receiving yards, really cleaned up in garbage time and given up 63 yards in total to the running back position through the air. But it's McCaffrey. And Jawan Jennings ain't healthy either, folks. Remember, nor George Kittle. He is going to be a heavily worked pass catcher yet again, this time against a division rival there in the Redbirds. So Christian McCaffrey, numero dos here on the Fade 5 countdown on this Friday. I'm taking the over 36.5 receiving yards against Arizona, minus 115 at BetMGM. Lundy, better follow.
So I like this, Brad, but I'm actually going to fade you on it because I'd rather bring the number down and use it on an alt line as either part of an SGP, an SGP plus, something like that. I think I'd rather pull him down, call it 25 plus just in case. Again, as you pointed out, we've still got the question about the quarterback position, and I do agree he is the CMC Football Factory, but at the same time, I would rather bring this down, pay the juice, and make it a part of either, like I said, an SGP or an SGP plus, a 2-legger, a 3-legger, something like that. So I don't hate it, but I'm not sure I like it at the 36.5. I think I'd rather buy myself a cushion.
Oh, a little cushion to avoid any kind of pushing, you dirty dog.
Number 1.
Numero uno here on the Fade 5, a countdown, the Friday edition, ahead of the main slate of NFL Week 3 games. Hopefully it was a profitable Thursday. My God, did I clean up. I think I hit like 7 of 8 bets, Lundy, up over 8 units. And Bills and Dolphins, thank you for all those checkdowns to dump off Devon Achane. That was entirely predictable, and it came through. So bless you, Tua Tagovailoa. Bless you, my man. Showing that weak arm there underneath. All right, numero uno on the countdown. It hurts so good. Come on, Jalen, make it hurt so good. Not really. I'm betting the under on Jalen Hurts, 199.5 pass yards for me against the LA Rams. Hell, I played this sucker down to like 189.5. I don't think he's going to crack the 190-yard mark against those Rammies, making the cross-continental trip to the city of brotherly shove. And the reason why I am fading living daylights out of Jalen Hurts is, well, he's not really getting airborne quite often. Philadelphia is even more conservative through 2 weeks than they were last year. They were the most conservative team in the NFL in terms of running the ball. 60% of the time, they are calling run right now in that Nick Sirianni offense. And you look at the LA Rams, they have been absolutely tremendous, Lundy, in terms of pass defense. Or numero uno in all the NFL through a couple of games in drop-back EPA defense. They only gave up 175 and 188 yards, 175 to Cam Ward, 188 to C.J. Stroud. You might think to yourself, well, Jalen Hurts a hell of a lot better than those two jackals. And that's a very strong argument, but they also only allowed 6.05 pass yards per attempt. Hurts averaging a mere 22.5 pass attempts per game. He's gone for $152 through the air and 101 through the air. Clearly not getting A.J. Brown heavily involved. Devontae Smith, not exactly at 100%. Again, given the conservative nature, given the fact that they are more ground and pound just in general, and Hurts not uncorking often, and it's a difficult matchup, I don't think he gets anywhere close to this. So my top play, NFL Week 3, again, living in the land down under. Yeah, and I'm pointing and talking to you, to all you jackasses out there. Listen to the podcast. All Evans does is bet overs. Under. 3 of them in this pot. Sit down and shut up. Lundy, fade or follow.
Wow. That escalated quickly.
Yes,
I mean, that really got out of hand.
Yeah, it's been bubbling. It's been boiling.
Yeah, it sounded like it. I'm a little concerned. Are you okay? Do you feel better now?
I'm going to go punch a wall.
Okay. I just want to make sure you're okay. I'm a little, like I said, I'm a little concerned. I'm just a little concerned. Hey, he lives underneath this number. He takes advantage of things with his legs. He doesn't, this isn't, and they've also got, the best running back in the game. So you put all that stuff together. I don't think it's that unusual to see him finish under 200 yards. This isn't fantasy football from 10 years ago when we were talking about these stud quarterbacks getting us 300 yards. That's just not the case anymore. That's not the way the NFL works. So I think you play the under on this one. Not a bad, again, I wish I could bump it up and play the under, but the books don't let me do that. They only let
they're wimps.
They only let you play with the numbers and then play the over. So I got to be able to let that one go. But everybody calm down, because Brad's blood pressure doesn't need to be at that level. He's already taken Illinois on the money line. He's already freaking out about his Bears. I mean, guys, don't harass him on social media, because seriously, blood pressure, not a good thing. Not a good thing.
Definitely not a good thing at all. I'm on tilt, Lundy. I'm on edge, which means you got to calm me down with some winners. And bonus time. Whether in the NFL in week number 3, college football, if we want to get some additional action in that sport, I highly recommend the ILL, though more so on the line than the money line. I'm crazy in the head. That's why I'm like, hey, Illinois could win this straight up at plus 180. Why the hell not? Or maybe Major League Baseball, or get adventurous somewhere else. All I ask are more bets, so give them to me. Give them to me.
All right, let me throw a couple of them out there for you. First and foremost, yesterday in bonus time, suck a fat one. I mean, Ray Davis didn't even touch the ball.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was weird. There was nothing for Ray Davis, and I missed on all the different SGPs and things that I had because I took him for 15 plus. That was it. That was all I needed. And the son of a bitch didn't even get a handoff. He had one target, I believe, out of the backfield, and that was basically it. Otherwise, he was on a milk carton. So, folks, take everything I say with a grain of salt, because apparently I suck at making NFL picks over the course of the last couple of days. So
also guilty.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know. Let me throw a couple of things out there for you, some things you could take advantage of. This is one, Brad, that I'm going to say just because I can't resist the juice on it. In the Falcons and the Panthers, give me Tyler Algier for a touchdown. I can't resist.
Good call.
I can't resist this at plus 240 at DraftKings. To me, this number should be at like 180. Maybe 185, because Bijan is minus 200. So there's no reason for you to be messing around with Bijan Robinson, because A, he's not going to help you as a single bet, and he certainly isn't going to help you a lot in an SGP because his odds are just crap. I mean, worst case, you could play it at like a minus 150, minus 160, but 200 is way too much. So Tyler Algier as for an anytime touchdown at plus 240, I cannot resist. I will also take Ashton Genty for an anytime touchdown. You can snag that one right now at a plus 115. I do really like both of those. You were talking about the books being wimpy and not having certain numbers up. What my guess is that it will be over under 6.5, maybe 7.5, which could make me a little bit nervous. But as soon as Will Lutz's number gets posted, the kicker for Broncos, take the over on Lutz. Everybody here in Denver is all pissed about him missing the field goal. Dude, again, if you take his career numbers if you take out the kicks he's had blocked, he's had like 3 blocked in his career. He hits at a 96.5% clip, Broncos fans. There were Broncos fans that wanted his ass cut after last week. I'm like, give me a freaking break.
It's like a chill pill.
Yeah, relax, everybody. It's okay. Sometimes kickers missed. Hell, Matt Prater sent one like sideways last night.
It landed in Toronto.
Yes. It was like he was aiming for Niagara Falls. And I love Matty. He's a friend of mine, but good God, that kick went the wrong way. So anyway, everybody calm the F down. If Lutz's number is at 6.5, I'm absolutely playing the over on Will Lutz for his kicking points. I think this is going to be an under kind of game. I think these are 2 of the best defenses in the AFC that are going to face off on Sunday afternoon with the Chargers and the Broncos. I think points are going to be at a premium, and I think you're going to see both offenses stall when they start to get inside the 40, inside the 35, and I think we're going to see Dicker the kicker. I think we're going to see both kickers jumping out here with a lot of points, but the number isn't posted yet, so keep an eye out for that one. I will also tell you that, look, I kind of get where everybody's head is at with what I'm about to say, and I understand why it's sitting there. But the fact that you can get the Chiefs right now on the standard line at under a touchdown is just like, you can get them at -5.5. I know they haven't looked great, folks, but it's Patrick Mahomes, it's Andy Reid, and it's the New York freaking Giants. Okay. I know the Chiefs are on the road. Kansas City is winning this game by at least a touchdown. Take the Chiefs and lay the points on Sunday night. I yield the floor to the fine gentleman from Illinois.
Oh, I concur on that one, Captain. I already locked and loaded him on one of my entries in Survivor this week, as the Chiefs don't have a great schedule. I mean, come on. You lost against the Chargers in Brazil in the first game of the year. I think LAC is for real, and you would concur with me on that one. And then you turn around and you play the Super Bowl champs in the rematch.
Yes.
And he lost again. I mean, that's a difficult road, and now you get the Giants. It's a gift.
Yes, and it's I'm telling you, like Brad talks about recency bias with numbers and things like that. It's the reason why, and I know that it's some of the books that number has already creeped to an even 6. I'd still play it. I think the Chiefs are winning by at least a touchdown in this game, and I think if you can get anything under 7, you should play it, or do exactly what Brad recommended for last night's game. Remember, he took an alt line for the Bills. He pulled it from 12.5 down to 6.5. We'll do the same. Do the same thing with the Chiefs. Take them from 5.5 to 2.5. That way, all they got to do is win by a field goal if you're feeling nervous about it. But I don't see this team starting 0-3. And again, as Brad just said, you're forgetting who the hell they've played in the first 2 weeks. The Chargers are playing the Broncos on Sunday. Brad, the Chargers are going to beat the Broncos. Okay, I'm telling you right now. The Chargers are going to win on Sunday, and the Chargers are going to be 3-0 in the AFC West because all 3 of their games to start the season in weeks 1, 2, and 3 were divisional. They beat the Chiefs, they beat the Raiders, and they're going to beat the Broncos on Sunday.
Yeah, and Harbaugh can coach his butt off despite all the nefarious things that he did at the University of Michigan. All right, my team Orlando's parlay play of NFL Week 3, a simple same-game parlay. Let's talk about that Chargers and Broncos match. Give me Justin Herbert, 15-plus rush yards. Give me also Bo Nix, 15-plus rush yards. That's it. I'll stop right there. Simple 2-legger. Again, we're not trying to get instantaneously rich. We're just trying to build bankroll. Plus 112. Available there at DraftKings Sportsbook. Both these quarterbacks have been run happy so far this season. You look at Herbert, a guy that's gone over 30 in both of his first 2 games to begin the year. I mean, he even said earlier this summer, I got to run the ball more. I got to be more opportunistic. The Broncos are an aggressive defense. They are number 2 in the NFL through 2 games in pocket pressure rate. So a lot of, I think, opportunistic scrambles are going to be a play, though Denver is number 5 in rush EPA defense. And really the same applies for Bo Nix. Bo Nix has gone for 18 on the ground and 20 last week against the Colts. You know he's got to run anywhere between 3 to 6 times in this affair. You look at the Chargers, they're not as assertive trying to collapse a pocket. Number 24 in pocket pressure rate. No Khalil Mack definitely hurts them in that capacity, but they're just middle of the pack in rush EPA defense at number 15. So put all together, Justin Herbert, 15-plus rush yards. Bo Nix, hey, do the same, 15-plus rush yards, plus 112. Built there at DraftKings Sportsbook. Elsewhere, bonus time, bonus time. All right, Lundy, let's get creative on Sunday Night Football. I'm going to take Kansas City on ASGP with the money line, and I'm going to parlay it with something else that I like. Now, last night I did it with James Cook, the anytime touchdown, with the Bills minus 6.5. That paid off at plus 110. The juice on this, also plus 110. Patrick Mahomes, 25 plus rush yards. He's leading this team in ground production. The booty scooting is going to be front and center yet again under the primetime lines. Giants number 31 in rush EPA defense have allowed the second most quarterback rush yards through a couple of weeks, giving up 68 and 17 in back-to-back games. That 17 was only to Dak Prescott. He rarely runs at this point in his career. You look at Mahomes, he's like Michael Vick, the Madden video game version out there. In the first 2 weeks of the season, he's got 13 scrambles. All the runs he's had are scrambles, folks. And I know the Giants have the 5th lowest pocket pressure rate, but Mahomes is going to read, react, and take off at least probably 5 times under the primetime lights. All I need is 25 yards and Kansas City win. And again, I cash in at plus 110. All right, rapid fire here. I'm going to go Bucky Irving anytime touchdown against the Jets. The Jets stink defensively, 29 in rush EPAD. Somehow this is minus 115. It really should be like minus 150 or greater. Love the price on that. Bijan Robinson, 90 plus rush yards against the Hello Kitties of Charlotte. That's a plus 134. Carolina is improved. They only have one direction to go. They were dead last in rush EPAD last year. They're number 21 so far this year, but they're giving up 5.67 yards per carry. And do you remember Travis Etienne and what he did in week 1 against them? I rest my case. Bijan should honestly reach the century mark yet again. Aaron Rodgers has been talking up. He's got to get the ball more to Jalen Warren as a receiver. I grabbed this just before we started taping this pod on Friday. Jalen Warren over 3.5 receptions against the Patriots at plus 130. Absolutely love that, especially coming off a 4-touchdown game. And I'll give you one more in that same game. TreVeyon Henderson over 2.5 catches. He's been a massive fantasy disappointment, primarily on the ground. He is dead last right now in yards after contact per attempt, but he's ran 25 total routes and has looked pretty damn good as a check down or featured design weapon through the air. So 3 grabs at minus 140. I will take it. And one last college football bet. I'm doing it again. Ryan Horvath, my esteemed colleague on BetMGM tonight, has talked me into it. This is the last time I'm betting him if it doesn't hit. Duke, I'll take him. Minus 3. They let me down against Tulane last week. They get NC State this week. The defense can really get after you. Mensa, they're paying, I don't know, like $50 gazillion to be there in Durham. I think they actually play well. They're at home. They will get after the Wolfpack, especially in the pocket, and cover the 3. So give me the Duke Blue Devils minus 110. All right, I got to run to Benny's Beverage Depot and pick up some more liquor and THC beverages for my ILL matchup against the Indiana Hoosiers. So we are out of breath and out of time here on the Fade 5 podcast. Who is a favorite? Drop us a rating and a review. Also, fade or follow us on X. Lundy, always give it to you there at Nate Lundy. I'm doing the same thing at Noisy Huevos. Sign up for a Betalytics account right now as well. Use the promo code JUICE. That's JUICE to get 25% off. And watch me on BetMGM tonight if you want more of my stupid ass bets. That's entirely your pleasure on a Friday night. So, as always, fade or follow. That is up to you. Don't let me down, Bielema.